Hey everybody, it's Free to Play Bust with expedition number 187. Still searching for that 50th win on the old on the expedition tracker there. See if we can't do it here. With this, we have touched on this Heimerdinger Cataclysm recently. Maybe 2 or 3 runs ago, we ran with Heimerdinger. This is okay. I'm not a huge fan of this pool, but it's fine. But we're going to take one of these two, and I believe I want to run with this Diana. I'm not a huge fan of. I do really like the Dravens, both Arachnophilia and Scrap Heap, but this is a fairly weak set of cards when there's a Diana over here with a pretty reasonable set. So we're going to go with this Luminous Dusk Diana. Let me take a second. We'll get it pulled up on the site. Okay, if you're not familiar with the site, it's ftpbus.com. It's got all my collection of YouTube work. In the gods section, all the set reviews come out every 2 months when there's new cards. The tier list is the most popular choice. There's the text version, you can control F, or the image version on this link over here. And then we're going to be looking at the expedition helper today. We're going to just scroll down to Diana, click on Luminous Dusk, and it's got all the cards in the card pool. It's got the quick little 3-minute guide if you need something to watch down here. And let's just give this a look over real quick. The kind of the big thing with Diana is she has extremely good 1, 2, and 3 cost units. If we look at the ones with Gift Giver, the Duskbringer, and discard Spacey Sketcher in the ones. The twos have this elusive unit and the Mountain Goat. And then in the threes, we're looking at Crescent Guardian as the big one. And then, of course, we have Diana herself as one of the 2-drops. And so it's an incredibly good set of 1s and 2s and 3s. The problem with this pool is it doesn't really have any good interaction. Pal Cascade is a fantastic spell. We're super happy to have 2, 3, 4 of these in our deck. But beyond this one combat trick, like Guiding Touch, not that spectacular. There's no removal spells. There's no way to damage your opponent's units. It's all just this minor selection of combat tricks. The other big thing with Diana Pool is the top end is all garbage. Like Shards of the Mountain is a fine card. Cygnus, does what he does well, but there's just no like big dudes in here. There's no like 5 or 6 or 7 drops that you can kind of count on to close out the game. This is just a very concentrated card pool at like the 1, 2, and 3 drop space with the 1 combat trick. So we'll need to find something to kind of fill in with this. This Diana pairs up with Misfortune, so we're going to see a Bilgewater champion second. If you do pair it up with Misfortune, you try to kind of just go towards what we would call like a Fishbones deck, where we're trying to just play this ultra aggressive curve that we close out the game with the Misfortune. With Fishbones, you'd be doing it with Professor Von Yip and Jagged Taskmaster. The other things here is just pairing this up with Shadow Isles and going full Nightfall is pretty powerful. There's some things that we can do with this. This is another also one of these great pulls in that she's good on her own. Just these 2/2 quick attacks for 2 is a good deal. The Nightfall is easy to pull off, and it gives us some interaction. And so, if we don't even manage to build around this Diana, then the support aspects of this are pretty good. But this is what we're going to be taking here. Let's see if we get a good pairing with it. I'm pretty okay with pairing it with this Terrors from the Deep Maokai. It's coming with 2 Nightfall cards. Unspeakable Horror, just a great piece of interaction. Doom Beast, great way to close out these games. Maokai also, this pool also has access to both Neverglade Collector and Blighted Caretaker as just fantastic ways to interact with the Caretaker and close out the game with the Collectors. Just everything that we're looking for should be in this pool. We'll get it pulled up to double check. If we want to finish our daily quests, we could be taking this Lulu. I don't think that's what we're going to be doing today. I just don't think Lulu is quite strong enough to be building around an expedition. And when we have a top-notch pool like this Maokai over here, I'm not that excited about diving into Lulu. And then Trundle, these cards do not pair well with Diana. We're trying to build an ultra aggressive deck out of this Diana stuff. You're not really looking to put Ice Quakes and Enlightened cards in your ultra aggressive deck. So I'm pretty happy to be going with Maokai here. So we'll take a quick look at Terrors from the Deep. Where are you at? And pretty easy to see the big things we'd be looking for here. Oh no, does this one not have the cards we want? This is still the one that we're going to take, but oh man, it must be in the other half. Maokai, Ancient Evil. Oh, Ancient Evil's the one that has the Caretaker and the Collector. Oh man, what are we getting into here? Maybe we will need to pivot to that Lulu. I don't really want to because those cards are so good. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, the collector's here. Okay, I can live without the blighted caretaker. The collector is the piece of top end that I was really looking for because I can. Oh, it is all here. What am I talking about? All the pieces are here. I just didn't. I just didn't have the caretaker starred in this one. He's not as important in this kind of slower deck. I make these card pool listings as kind of an idea of like if you want to build around this card pool, and if you're trying to actually physically build around Tears from the Deep Maokai, you're kind of building to this really slow, grindy deck based on Deadbloom Wanderers and slowing down the board with Withering Whales and flipping your Maokai. And so that's why we don't have the Blighted Caretaker starred here. He's not that important. But if you're looking to play like Callista or what's her name, Diana in this case, then the Blighted Caretaker should definitely be a starred unit. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to be looking for here. We want the Caretaker, we want the Collector. This does have some of the Nightfall cards in Doom Beast and Unspeakable Horror, all around pretty great. Things like Bark Beast can be okay in this kind of deck since we're going to have so many cheap cards in it. But the big thing that we're really lacking out of these two pools combined is a way to interact. Can kind of interact with Blighted Caretaker, but beyond that, there's no real removal spells in any of these. We aren't seeing our Black Spears or our Vengeances or anything like that within this card pool. Even something like mediocre like Grasp of the Undying doesn't live here. And so we may have a bit of trouble in that sense, but we're going to be focusing heavily on the aggression, and we don't need a big amount of removal to make that work. So I think this will be a good set. Let's see what we get here. Oh, this is tough. This is tough because we want this this Neverglade Collector, but I'm afraid if we take the Collector, it's just going to keep showing us these Tears from the Deep cards. We can certainly just skip these stupid Dragon cards. We don't want any of this. I think we need to take this Luminous Dusk Pool because we really want these Diana cards to be showing up. We really want this. The Onlooker, the Duskbringer, the 2 and the 3-drop Nightfalls are the big things that we're looking for here. And I just worry pretty heavily that if we take Tears from the Deep, even though it does have this Neverglade Collector that we want, it's going to start just showing us all these cards we don't want. We don't want like Glimpse Beyond, Slapling Toss, Thorny Toad, Warden's Praise, whatever. Deadbloom Wanderer don't want, Bark Beast is whatever, Remitter don't want, Sap Magic. Like these cards are just not cards that we want to be building around. And so I'm going to let this Collector go. I'm really hoping we can pick up 1 or 2 in the future. But with this curve, like with this deck, if we have anything that costs more than 5 mana, it better be either Neverglade Collector, it better be a removal spell, or it better be an epic. That's just the way that these decks kind of come together. And so I don't really want anything that this Maokai pool is offering outside of a handful of very specific cards. So this guy will work. Let's see. It's an interesting choice. It is an epic in the Infinite Mind Splitter, but I don't think we'll ever be casting this. So I think he's pretty reasonable to pass up. I'm kind of leaning towards the Sunburst here because these removals are just so incredibly hard to find in this kind of deck. I don't want to go down the path of Mistwraith. If we were in Nocturne, say we didn't hit Black Mist Nocturne, but we were in whatever the other one is, then Mistwraith would be reasonable to take to try to push us towards that Mistwraith deck. But here I think we just want to take the removal spell. Not huge on Sunblessed Vigor, but it is a burst for Diana, which can be pretty important with some of our Nightfall plays. Okay. Interesting set. I think we just want the Shield Bearer. Both of the Solari cheap units are just so incredibly good in these early game decks. Gift Giver is pretty reasonable, but we don't want Guiding Touch, and we're getting 2 pretty playable cards here, whereas we're just getting 1 with the Gift Giver. So I'm pretty okay to pick up the Shield Bearer. Okay, all right. Excellent set here in the Crescent Guardian Pale Cascade. Just all around everything that we're looking to do. Okay, all right. I'm content with this as well with the Caretaker Shadestalker. We do want some number of these caretakers, and it's pretty easy to find a unit to sacrifice to for the greater good. Okay, all right. Who was that? Oh, I thought it was Ladros. I'm good here with the Shield Bearer Sneaky Zeebles. The Zeebles is a pretty reasonable way to close out these games. You know, we do have to have something down here. I made kind of a blanket statement earlier about just wanting collectors, but the Zeebles can reasonably fit in. If it turns off, you know, two of your opponent's units, you can usually close out the game with it. Okay. Interesting set. I'm sort of interested in Zenith Blade, but I don't think it's going to be good enough here. They did just add it back to this collective support Taric, so we can find Zenith Blades in collective support, and we can also find it in one of the Leona pools, if not both of them. But here, if we're going to be taking a Guiding Touch, I think we want to just go ahead and pick up the Pale Cascade with it. Okay. Ooh, man, this is a most certainly I want to take everything set of cards. I'm leaning towards just taking the one drops here. We have our one Sunburst, which is enough for this kind of deck. So I think we can really just kind of skip over it. And then the big thing I want to be doing here is just pushing our curve down low. We're good in the 2-drop slot. The things I'm really looking for here are the Overwhelms. What are you called? Can't remember. Are we past him? Where's it at? Crescent Guardian. Yeah, Crescent Guardian's the big one here. And then if we aren't getting Crescent Guardians, I think we're okay to just snatch up these 1-drops. We have the one Caretaker. This is a pretty good set of cards, but I think we just want the 1-drops. Okay. Interesting. What a garbage ass set of cards. The big one I want here is the Lunari Priestess. This is how we want to get our top end, right? Like 1 Zeebles, like 1 Sunburst, 2 Neverglade Collectors, and then like 2 or 3 Priestesses. That would be huge. Just don't really want this Messenger Sigil in our deck. I was kind of thinking maybe Morning Light would be okay, but then the Stellacorn is just unplayable. And these down here are both pretty mediocre. I think we need to just be taking the Priestess, even though the Sigil is so bad. Okay, all right, more ones if that's what we want. I think that sounds okay. We could just keep pushing this curve down. What 3-drops do we have? We have the 2 Cascades already. Mountain Goat is a pretty high value 2-drop. But we have the 10 2-drops, but some of them are pretty bad, and Guiding Touch and Sunblessed Vigor, but we should be picking up 2 more Dianas as well. So I think we're good to just pick up the 1s here. Okay. And here, this is another Pale Cascade pick. We'd rather have the 1-drop than the Guiding Touch. Again, I just don't think we need these expensive style cards. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of interested in Glimpse Beyond. Spacey Sketcher is extremely good, but we don't have a whole lot of ways to generate gems. That's where the Sketcher gets most of her value. If we have, a handful of Gift Givers and Mountain Goats, then you can just discard the gems to the Sketcher. I think this is close. I think Fading Memories is okay and constructed, but I don't think it's super good here. But I do want one of these card draw cards, and so I think we're okay to just take the Glimpse Beyond. We should find a reasonable unit to sacrifice. We've kind of done good work on keeping our curve low. It's pretty easy to find something to sacrifice. It's just going to get value blocked in combat. So let's snatch these up. What can we take out? Man, they want me to... I want all these cards, but they want us to swap our good cards for other good cards. I want to be swapping out like Messenger's Sigil and Guiding Touch, Sunblessed Vigor. Like the worst of these is the Ibex, I believe. And I'm pretty okay to just swap this out for Doom Beast. We want to hang on to our 1 Zeebles, and then the Spring Guardian's a pretty reasonable 3. We already have 2 Shield Bearers. Don't get me wrong, this is one of like the absolute top-notch 2-drops, but I think the Spring Guardian will hold down the fort, because these Doom Beasts don't really count as 3-drops. So we're looking pretty thin after our 1s and 2s. Okay. Let's see how this goes. We're missing just a little bit. Like if we had some collectors, I would be pretty happy with this. You can get by without having really any top end as long as you have some collectors. But the kind of the downfall of what we have here is we only saw the one Mighty Poro Nightfall guy, and then we didn't see any of the 2-cost elusive Nightfall guy. So, guess we should say girl. Pretty sure it's one of the ladies. Not sure on the gender of the Mighty Poro kind of thing. Okay, I mean that's a reasonable start. I don't really want to be playing this onlooker on 2, or on 1 rather. Good, that's a great pickup. Fantastic little curve we're throwing at this guy here. What was this, Aurelian Soul Gangplank? Okay.
The chains, they never stop! I gotta get out of here!
Okay. Getting them good right from the start. Fun attacking into our 3/6s. I'm like moderately tempted to just not play it, but I think our with the makeup of our curve here, I don't think we're really in a deck to where we can not play cards just to try to get them in the future.
Unyielding light.
But I imagine we should be able to blow up his board here. It's tough for him to play a really relevant unit. Like if he's just going to play a 3/3 here, then I don't really care. We can either trade with our 1-drop or just die to our trade to our 2-drop. Getting mana advantage here is pretty big for us.
Is just accidental art.
We discarded Jettison. I can't imagine he wanted Jettison out of any of these. I don't know how you end up picking that. Sure.
Burn away doubt.
I assume he's probably going to put the 4/1 here, and then otherwise we're just getting value attacks.
Oh, you're interesting.
Okay. Works for me.
I spilled.
I mean, we're certainly the aggro in this match. I'm more than content with trading a Warden's Prey and 3 damage for the Charger.
I wanna go home! Strange!
Oh, what a pickup. What a pickup. Can we play it right now, though? Probably. I really want to be Nightfall in next turn. Let's just see what happens. Huge pickup. Maybe we should. I'm going to go ahead and play this now that I've passed and stewed on it a little more. As long as we pick up like any 1 or 2 drop, we should be pretty set as far as these cards go, and we have just a humongous pile of them. Okay. That's not part of the humongous pile. It's a little bit awkward. I was really wanting a 1 or a 2 so that we could, if we hit a 1, we could play a 2 and a 3. If we hit a 2, we could play a 2 and a 2. Because I really want to Unspeakable Horror this thing. I guess we don't really need to be Pale Cascading. And then we'll have gems from that point forward. So I do at least, we got to get some value out of this, and so we'll either be attacking or dropping the Horror on something. We This is close. I think given like the way that this game has gone, he will put his 5/5 in front of our 5/5 If we do this,
Celestial
I think this
power.
is okay. And then if he doesn't, if he tries to put his 5/5 down here, we can win one of these with Pale Cascade.
Add this to your
Okay.
bill.
All right. I'm cool with however this plays out now.
Why are you here?
These are all gonna die. Then we can Unspeakable Horror the little thing here. We need to go ahead and do it though, because he has that. That's slow. Let's see if we can't get him to try to heal up one of his units before we drop this Unspeakable Horror. Nope, he didn't take the bait. That's okay. Okay. So this will be good. I'm gonna gem. I'm gonna play both of our Nightfalls. It's gonna get our Diana flipped, and then we'll do whatever we can with Diana next turn. She's gonna be an absolute unit as far as playing these Nightfalls on a flipped Diana and getting a bunch of bonuses. I don't think we need Moonglow against this style of deck. So let's take the Comet. It's bad against Firebrand, it's bad against Aurelian Soul, but I'm sure that against this Invoke deck, he's going to have some random ass like 7-cost unit that we're cool to just Falling Comet. Okay. So we can like Caretaker, Diana, and Pale Cascade. That's how we want to go about it. I think we do. That gives us a good chance to just close out the game. So let's Caretaker away our little guy.
Everyone's a god.
Right, because we can hook his two biggest things, and then we should be able to punch in for some Overwhelm plus some Diana plus these little dudes. I think this is pretty okay.
The moon is our queen. The night, her kingdom.
Right, as it stands, we can hook Big Boy with Diana. We can hit 3/5 and 2/1 with our little saplings, and then we're looking to hit for 5. If he only plays like a 3/3 here, then we can Crescent Guardian through. I think we're pretty good spot here. Yeah, it's just looking to be just lethal.
Constellations are stories in the sky.
We got like this. Go here. Big boy, big boy. And if he wants to block here, he takes 5. He blocks here, he takes 8 total.
I don't think so.
Okay. Alright, we can beat that. Oh man, is he gonna have 2 of them? Oh man, what's he doing?
Something approaches.
What's he doing all this stuff for? Let's at least spread the damage out. Alright, good game, friend. We don't have to like specifically take the Dianas in this next pool. We could also be taking Nocturnes. I'd probably rather just take Diana. Her flip card's Pale Cascade as well. Such a powerful flip. Let's see. It might be a decision here. Ooh, no, it's not. Just everything we're looking for, right? Our second Crescent Guardian, second Priestess. That's a fantastic set of cards to pick up. I'm pretty happy to do these. Don't want the Mark Beast Unspeakable. Do get a Priestess with the Nocturne, but I think we're pretty good at the early side of our game. I think these Onlookers do play a lot better in this Nocturne Fearsomes deck as opposed to this Diana-centric Nightfall deck, but these are still good. I'm not opposed to taking some more Onlookers if we find them, but our big problem with this deck right now is our top end. Just ending with sneaky Zeebles. We really need these Priestesses and Crescent Guardians to help close these games out. So great set of cards. All right. Your pregame stretches in. You don't want to sprain any wrists with all this clicking we're about to do. Okay. This should be something kind of slow. Let's see. I think we're cool with this. Maybe we should hang on to this 3 when our curve is already good. Okay, I'm convinced.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Sure.
Lunari, rise!
Bit unfortunate,
will
but
be free.
whatever. Whatever. This is like another one of these games where I don't really want to be dropping these shield bearers, but we can't. We just can't spend time not playing units. Come on, bud. You got a kitty that needs some attention. So, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate to be trading the shield bearer into sentry. It's gonna happen though, right? I don't feel like there's a whole lot we can do about that. So let's at least add Shade Stalker. We'll add this onlooker. I guess we have to trade shield bearer in, but let's at least see what happens first. Stops at 3. Feels like he's just gonna Mystic Shot something. Guess that's okay. I don't think he's just banking Avalanche mana. Mighty Porosher. Okay, let's get everything in here. This is just not. This is going to be a tough one for us to win. We really need to be pushing ahead of our opponents and just getting interesting. Just getting these little hits in just isn't enough. Why? It seems awfully bold to not attack with the or not block with the Mighty Poros. Well, I don't know if we can beat this draw.
The chains, they never
It's
stop.
just a case of the have-it-alls is what this is something I call. Let's play the Deathbringer. We
Death or the blade.
kind of need to open into this, but we can't actually win any of this combat. It's so bad when this is all we have to do. We're gonna have to get like a big hit off of a Lunari Priestess or something. Sure.
These springs are for healing, not swimming.
Maybe that was not aggressive enough. It's just like if we want to play that unit and slam in with everything, he gets like a trade with 1 and a value block with this, and then the Mighty Poro can value block on something else, and then we're only pushing in like an additional 3 damage. Feels a little spewy when we can at least, push some chunks through with this Shade Stalker. So let's go ahead and play this stupid thing.
We'll take what we want.
I want to go home.
I don't want to hurt you.
You cannot
This is
sway
slightly
me.
different. I feel like this is probably going to go wrong. He's going to have a trick here a lot of the time, but this is not good for him. We can go back to just having a fully wide board, and we can push through some damage here. Yeah. Okay. That makes it awful. Because this Undying thing was actually a pretty reasonable hit.
Temperamental as
All right.
moonlight.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, Moon Sister.
I feel like we're just going to get a Diana and a blocked Undying in here, but
King of
Oh yeah,
trolls
oh yeah,
coming
this is
through.
trouble. It's everything this game went wrong. That's okay.
No more lies. Face your heretic.
I don't think we can even Zeeble through this one, but I mean, we can still hit a Illinari Priestess next turn and maybe hit a big one of the big elusive dudes or something and pull something off here.
I'm gonna make a U-sickle.
Got it. You can hook our dude.
Hail to the king.
What tidings from the sky?
Okay.
The
And does go.
trolls are going
All
to
right,
war.
all right. This one, we'll just
Win
let this one go.
all.
Save everybody a little bit of time here. You guys got important shit to do with your day. There's no reason to finish that one out.
In fear.
All right, so let's take a look. I think we're going to trade out the Vigor for the Soldier. I want to hang on to our Zeebles and our Caretaker. Oh, buddy. Neither of these other ones are pretty big upgrades. Like, I would like to have more Shadestalkers, maybe even a second Zeebles, but the Soldier is extremely good. We're not really excited about having these Sunblessed Vigors. Okay. Let's see, that bird outside was way more exciting than what's happening here. What a shitty teammate. Say, buddy, let's get some expedition in. Says, nah, man, I got birds to chase. Alright, I mean, this seems pretty reasonable. I think we could probably get rid of our 3. Oh, I'm probably just not going to end up playing it anytime soon. Okay. Is it going to Twisted Fate Karma? Probably just need to roll with the Gift Giver.
journey is
I don't want to be
these will
like
protect
like results oriented to where maybe we should have just played the other one.
Remember
Like that Yeti in the previous game was just like such a problem when it just trades with our 1-drop. But maybe I have to be willing to just accept that. And that was a little
They forced us
a little
to choose
results
death
oriented.
or the blade.
Because now this kind of sucks. We don't have a good Caretaker, and I really want that. I want our 3/3 back. This is okay. We'll at least get some value out of this Caretaker if he's leading with this thing. Let's keep our beefier unit.
Everyone's a garden.
See if we just get annihilated by a Make It Rain.
No more hiding.
Alright, let's get those chunks in.
Danger pays.
It's probably safe enough to go ahead and play the Sigil now. We don't like really need it. I'm really interested in just playing Maokai next turn. We can't Hail Cascade with the 1 mana. I don't really want to just be playing like Dust Petal, Dust Doom Beast next turn. I really want to get Maokai down so that we can get the sapling on our next attack. But is he just going to pass it to us? We can just play Maokai Onlooker now. Okay.
I will tend this garden.
That'll give us our
Yes,
sapling.
Maokai.
The first time you play another ally, make sure I read that right. It's like, I'm
You
too,
are not wanted here, intruder.
Like that's ever stopped me.
interesting. Go ahead and keep this aggression up, right?
Something for all of you.
We will be free.
Do we want to play the soldier and the onlooker? That's what this kind of comes down to now. Is we can dust pedal the onlooker onto the board, so we can get both of our units down. Kind of like it. It's gonna make us a sapling, and we can with the hunters. I don't think we need to hook Twisted Fate here. Sure. Oh, we got a dust pedal onlooker. Okay.
Come, this way.
Don't want to hook anything. We're looking for trades here. We want to protect this Maokai.
You're bluffing.
Okay.
Better than eating.
We're gonna get you flipped, bud. This seems awfully aggressive, hanging on to Twisted Fate. I can't imagine. Number one, he ever gets him to flip, and then we just don't care about his attacks with it.
Guts, golden glory.
Night
I guess we have to play
flowers
units.
upon
There's a world where he doesn't attack again. This does give us a little hope for our Maokai.
Set the hook.
I don't care if he hook kills him. It's not the end of the world.
I've got you.
Pretty good. I don't quite want to add Doom Beast to the board next turn. I think I just want to open Gem, and then we should just kill him with the attack. If he wants to put Twisted Fate in front of 3/3, we have the lethal here. But then I think even with like a Mystic Shot, we'd rather just be cleaning up with Doom Beast.
They grow up so fast.
It's a little too big against Ionia. I guess
Charmed, I'm sure.
pull it off here with the barrier thing. Okay, this flip doesn't
You're
matter.
bluffing.
It's like draw 3 cards next turn. Was I just wrong? Is he gonna Twisted Fate us
Yes,
out of
you
this?
can
Oh
win 'em.
no. How bad is this? Well, he shouldn't be drawing Twisted Fates, right? He just drew Karma with Entreat. The first one to come out of this would be blue card. The second one's red card. So he needs to actually be playing 2 spells to be able to KO this bottom half of our board.
Blue as the serpentine.
So he needs a 1-cost burst here. I mean, it's doable, I guess. Okay. Not doable enough. Ooh, that got a little scary there at the end. Okay. Curious if we need to. This is like these games are getting to the point to where we need this kind of like glimpse beyond to push through. Just like I don't feel like I want to be adding White Flame Protectors. I think like we're so close to having this deck to be like right where we want it. If we just had like the collectors that we're probably never going to see, or if we had another Sneaky Zeebles, or if we had a like one of the big epics, like a not Rasa, but like the Diana epic that gives elusive. We're so close to just having this kind of top end makeup look how I want, and I just don't really want to be adding White Flame Protectors in here. It just doesn't really add to what I'm trying to pull off. But I was trying to like think back to the previous 2 games if there was a spot where we ever wanted to play Glimpse Beyond. There probably wasn't. So, I mean, this is where we're hurting. We need to add a little bit of beef to our deck. We have our 1 Sunburst. I'm cool with not picking up a second. Okay. Vladimir, Gangplank, Fizz. Okay. I see champion sets like this, and I'm just like, oh god, like, what, what do you have to have in these decks to win 2 games? Because these cards are trash. Like, oh, it frightens me. It's like we're gonna run into like the Dreadway, or we're running into Captain Farron or something. Like that's a shitty set of champions to be seeing.
So pretty.
Are we cool to just play Diana as a unit? Probably not. I mean, this isn't an exciting set of cards to be playing, you know, Guiding Touch Diana into. Maybe we can just skip over this now. I do not like how this draw is panned out. Needed another just cheap 1-drop. This is why we're playing so many 1-drops. I guess it is. I don't want to say it's impossible for him to play a 3/3 here, but at least with this. Oh yeah. Okay. maybe this is how this guy won all his games. Parlay, sure.
Punish transgressions.
He just ran into the low rolls every time. Pilfered Goods, sure. That's a scary Pilfered Goods too. A lot of our cards are good against ourselves.
What do you want?
Sure. Kind of want to put 3 damage on this so I can run Diana into it next turn. Or I mean, we can just boost the Crescent Guardian. I think I like this a little more.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Okay. I do worry a touch about getting popped by a Noxus Blast. I would think most of the time that he just wants to just go ahead and trade this into our Crescent Guardian. Interesting that that's not the case. Clearly not a Noxus Blast with him going down so low on
Tried
mana.
to blind me with resplendence, but they could
Alright.
not break me. No more lies. Face your heretic.
Forgive me.
Okay.
You better bleed.
He's got. How does he have Pale Cascade? Like, how? Oh, he picked it out of my deck. Okay, I was like, how am I supposed to know to play around Pale Cascade when he has the fucking Bilgewater Noxus? How does he just pick up 1 card? Okay, I guess that makes sense. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Not a whole lot we could do about that with him, unless he just gets ultra greedy, but we do have a second Diana in our hand, so we can just let this combat happen and then play the second one after the fact.
No, no. Dusk approaches.
Okay. Ooh, there's a pickup. Alright, let's heal something. Get these big heals in. Diana's about to pop off.
This will make you feel better.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
It's whatever the expensive one is. Looks like
Daylight
we're
fades
getting a
and
golden
dusk
sister
fades
today.
As the moon rises,
then we get a
quiet
hit with
reflection
everything here.
begins.
Sure. Alright, I'll go ahead and add Doom Beast if that's what he's doing. We still have the mana to Pale Cascade after the fact. Sure. So good. He's gonna definitely hit something else that he can play here. We gotta be getting through this health stat.
They forced us to choose
ASAP,
death
boys. Let's
or
get it
the
in
blade.
here.
Night descends.
Okay.
Follow the horizon.
We'll leave this
I will be
hanging out
heard.
since it'll trade with everything we have.
Real tough, aren't you?
Yep.
Wait a minute.
We just have that sucks, but I think we have to get rid of that unit.
Cloaked in silver light.
4. Then we have a vastly superior board. I mean, given that he's 8 or picked up a bunch of cards out of our deck, I have to assume that he's able to drop some units to the board here. But let's see.
The light of my star warms the heavens.
Okay.
For glory, you're mine.
Okay.
Remember me.
What this is good dude on board. We're open in here. there's no two ways around that. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's get this third Diana. What you got? Crescent Guard Scuttlegeist? Sure. Not jazzed about Scuttlegeist, but it's something that we need. It's filling in for that top end for our never found Neverglade collectors. But I still completely stand by not taking that first collector. We'd 100% just be shown so many. If we're just seeing like terrors from the deep packs, like every synergy and half of the wild picks, it's just so many bad cards that we don't want to see. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like happy with the amount of Nightfall units that we have now. So I can't imagine like how bad it would be if we just kind of reduced our chances of seeing them. Again, we aren't 100% sure how the mathematics work out there, but I'm pretty sure that strategy's good here. Okay. The old GP Swain. Seems reasonable.
Raise your weapon, Sunwood.
You don't have to be in Leona to play these ridiculous Solari units, and so that's always a perk.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
Okay. And here, I think I'm actually pretty cool with without deploying our shield bearer to the board.
I'll buy us some time.
No mercy for heretics.
He'll be a much better attack next turn, and he'll help pop off our onlooker. I don't plan on Unspeakable Horroring this powder keg, but it's something we can do.
Unyielding light.
That's suspect. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do this. Then the thing with Unspeakable Horror is if you Nightfall, you still get the card. So if he wants to play Make It Rain, then we still get the card out of that. That's not the case with something like Vile Feast. Okay. Still getting in for 4.
Devotion through battle!
Man, playing Monkey Business has to just feel like the worst. In my opinion, it's just the actual worst card in the game. It's pretty bad.
I will tend this garden.
Alright, seems like a pretty reasonable spot to be in here. These little things are going to be moderately annoying, but nothing we can't deal with. Here, I think we want to heal, we want to play Onlooker, or we can just draw Diana. That's another way to just kind of go about it. Let's see what he follows up with. Because, I mean, we can just drop Shadestalker if he doesn't play something we want to hit with Diana. But the big thing with Diana, I guess, is she can hit this Monkey Idol. Get this stupid thing off the board. Because we can't kill Gangplank. I don't think he ever blocks the way that makes that happen. So yeah, let's get Diana down.
By moonlight.
She's gonna flip, be a 3 attack. Now we can hook Monkey Idol. Put little 2/1 onto Powder Keg. Cook Gangplank with our sapling. This all seems pretty good to me. Still seems like he has a Make It Rain up in his hand, but parlay, sure. Ooh, that was a Gangplank parlay. So if we deal with this Gangplank, he can still have another copy, I guess, but.
Night descends. I will be heard.
Burn away doubt!
I think Maokai can get in. He probably wants to block our 3/2 with this thing. Yep. Alright, he's nowhere near flipping. It seems pretty safe. Oh, the Pale Cascades.
Safety will cost you.
And he missed. That sucks, buddy.
Break their legs.
Do we ever just throw 2 Cascades into this? I don't think so. I think we're okay to just take a hit here. We're going to bank this mana. We're going to get a sapling unit. Plus, you know, if we just draw like any unit, we're going to have full board again. We have a good way to hit the Gangplank. I think this is fine. We should be able to just throw this 4 damage to face if we hit a cheap unit here. Lighted Caretaker. Okay. That should get the job done. This is going to die, then we're going to have 3 saplings in total.
All that matters now is the little ones.
We're just open to just go ham with Diana to the face. Okay. Gangplank parlay number 2. Why is he doing that?
I cannot turn back.
Make sure this is lethal. Oh, we gotta go ahead and drop one of these.
Moonlight guide me.
That should be a neg 2. Okay. Seven. All right. Okay, still in a pretty good spot. take this Gangplank down. He's played 2 Gangplank parlays, so the likelihood of him having another Gangplank for us to have to deal with is pretty low. I think we're good here. Sure. Probably just want at this stage. You probably just want the. Well, this he can just block this with his City Breaker. I just don't know. I don't think Diana's like super good at this stage. She's gonna be big. I think we probably just want the elusive.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
Stow the rations! Shackle the prisoners!
Daylight Star will rule
Went
the
unit.
skies.
Okay, I feel super safe now with him going unit. We got the lifesteal dude. We got the additional blocker and the sapling. I think we're pretty good as long as we're not going to deck ourselves here. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
We were 2.
Eat your fill.
We were peaceful
Okay.
once.
Let's just get it all in there.
The hour is mine.
So we have the Bark Beast down here on the end. I think we're okay. These goes here. This goes on a 2. These 2 get blocked.
Take it up with my friends.
Gets the block on Bark Beast, and we still have damages over here. If he has a Make It Rain, Make It Rain would be good, but he has to have like just hit Make It Rain. All right, good game.
Falling star.
Maokai putting in the work. He getting close to flipping.
Luck triumphs for once.
Oh, excuse me. Alright, what have we got here? Don't want another Sunburst. Eclipse Dragon is the kind of top end I can get behind. Either we don't have any ways to just pop off those, make your next dragon cheaper. We can hit some Celestials, but the Nightfall is extremely good. I think this is just all around going to be better than White Flame Protector. Only want 1 Sunburst. Oh, could also see getting rid of Guiding Touch for the 1-drop. But I think we just want the Nightfall top end here. I'm a huge fan of Eclipse Dragon. It's a big dude on his own, and then picking up a random dragon means that you're going to get at least a 4+ cost card, and then the random Celestial will be hit or miss, but it's pretty close to coin flipping to being inexpensive. And we can just drop like 3 Dusk Petal Dusts on it. Get him in there for 4 mana. All the supports. Okay. This is going to be like a Swell Scroll deck? Shinteric? Interesting. Okay. Let's hang on to Diana. We need to find some 1s. Didn't find them. It's too bad. We have 9, 6 that we want to play. Yeah, that's a healthy chunk of 1-drops. What up, Ninja Monkey? Did you drop your phone? It happens. In there, fishing the phone out of the toilet. Not a good day. Not a good day.
These woods
Alright, sure.
protect their own.
It's tough. Need to get this thing like out of here so that we can click on our emote thing a little easier. Hope you guys can still see the deck tracker. I wish you could make this a little to the left. We can still read all the card names, but clicking on these things easier. I need to switch it over to the cat as well. That's what we're doing wrong this game. Are we just gonna rope every play? Let's see. Apparently not. Maybe disconnected, maybe didn't.
My faith protects me.
I am one with the land.
Sure.
Burn away doubt.
Alright. That seems pretty good for us.
These springs are for healing, not swimming.
Alright, I don't think we want to just open. We got all these Dianas. But I mean, if he plays like a Shen or a Tarek or whatever with a barrier, then it leaves us in a pretty bad spot. We just can't attack if that happens. We can attack, but we just have to like Diana down one of these little duders. Sure.
Nature blesses her followers.
Okay.
Nature blesses her followers.
Do you want to get something down here? I feel like the Spring Gifts is going to be our least likely to ever get played. I don't like it when we're in these spots to where we need to burst into Pale Cascade, but we don't have a way to do it. I think we're okay to just get that one out of here. Save this for a future turn.
Beauty and life.
Sure.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
We won't enter battle unprepared. That's something a fool would do. So Tarek would give her tough. These are the same unit. What are you doing? I'm fine to just block everything here. Okay, if this gets a spell out of him, I'm fine with that. I don't think trying to stop Tarek is worth it though. Wow, that's a pretty high value unit to just be throwing away.
These woods protect their own.
Dude's got all the caretakers. Sure. I mean, we can. I feel like this first Diana's not going to be super successful. I feel like we're going to drop Diana, and she's just going to run into a barrier. I don't think she's going to survive, but I think the second one has some potential to put in work. How do we want to start this off? Let's Dusk Petal or.
Night flowers upon my
Let's see.
blade.
We don't have to Dusk Petal, but we probably should. At least play one. Maybe not.
Step lightly.
we'll at least have a Pale Cascade this way. I wouldn't be surprised if he just stopped playing cards. If he stops playing cards here, I mean, that still seems pretty reasonable for us, even assuming that he's going to have one barrier. That's kind of the going rate, right? He's either going to have barrier lifesteal or he's going to have...
Find your own light within the darkness.
Can't even
The
have
moon is our queen. The
prismatic
night,
barrier.
her kingdom.
This all seems fine. I think we just want to hook his Kinku Lifeblade. Maybe. What happens? Let's say he plays Barrier Lifesteal on, like, we hook this. He plays Barrier Lifesteal on it. He's gonna have 1/3 attack unit that he can put here. Tarek's gonna value block onto Doombeast. We can try to take Tarek down with Pale Cascade. This thing doesn't want to block these, but it can.
It's our time.
Night descends. Come, a new phase awaits. I will be heard.
Okay. We're giving up our Diana, our second Diana this way, but I think I'm okay with how this pans out otherwise. Yep, this goes here, here goes here, these go here. Ooh, didn't expect that one, but sure.
Stay back.
Seems pretty reasonable, right? He's just got a big dude, but he's probably out of barriers at this point. And we have a wider board. He has one more card than us. His cards are probably better than ours as well, but seem reasonably far ahead. About to drop another big ol' Overwhelm Boomer here. And we just redraw Diana. Pretty good at this game. I mean, it's no Crescent Guardian, but how cheap are you? 5? Okay. Oh, buddy. Do we want to just drop this? And then next turn we can get a little extra boost out of Diana if we want. I don't like it.
This might hurt you.
Okay. I should have considered, no, we're not going to just, we can't just open. He's got to put this thing in front of here, and he takes 5, 8, 10. Oof. You're not what we wanted, Warden Spray.
Chosen of the moon.
These are
Sure.
dangerous lands.
Okay. Let's see how much more barrier he's bringing to the party. None? Okay. How much do we care about this? I think this is okay to deal with. Let's just pop off his life blade.
No more hiding.
Yes, I can. Oh, hang on. Shit, she doesn't have... Oh, shit. Oh, that was bad. I thought she was going to have Nightfall, and she doesn't. That causes problems.
It's our time.
We still just have to bring this in though, right? We just can't attack with Diana. This thing ultimately isn't scary. Gonna put this here, maybe one of these here. Save the Lifeblade. I think this is okay. This is brutal not being able to take this Lifeblade. I don't know if we can outrace him if he gets in an attack with a boosted Lifeblade. Okay. This all seems great.
Stay back.
I won't feel a thing.
My patience wanes.
I sense fear.
Okay.
My
Betty, I kind of had it in my head, like on his turn, that I didn't want to block with, or I didn't want to play that Scuttlegeist because I wanted to get that one extra mana of value, and I should have just played Scuttlegeist. I let it slip that my Diana was gonna not have the abilities she needs. This is kind of brutal now. Kind of brutal.
Leave me alone!
We did a little punting in this game.
Strange glow. Lady Elise, where are you?
I know you need pets, bud. I know you need pets. Gonna give my teammate the good pets. He came back after the after he was done looking at the birds. Can we do Living Legends without? Yeah, I think so. We can do Living Legends without Aurelion Soul.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night. Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Okay. I think this is fine. We want to bank 3. We're really looking for like the +2/+2 card, but I think there's some other things that we can do with this.
When others threaten, we must take
Pick up
action.
Supernovas. Are Supernovas enough to do it? It's not enough to win the game. What are our other choices here? We can Crescent Strike Warrior and then still be able to Pale Cascade. And then the Warrior represents 5/11. I kind of like this. Then even this way, it's not the end of the world if he has a Nopify or a Deny. The Warriors, these two challengers are going to provide a ton of work here. So I think I'm pretty okay with this. Buddy, you keep putting hair in my mouth. Such good kitties, though. Such good kitties. Alright, this seems pretty reasonable. I think we're in a pretty good spot to win this game now.
No more hiding.
Cool. Good game, friend. Okay. Yeah, we're getting up to round 6. Let's see how we're gonna make a trade first. Don't want Thresh. This is just a straight upgrade here, but not sure which I like better. I think we probably do just want the Overwhelm unit. We just have so many Dianas that I think this is a reasonable spot to go. Swapping a 3 for a 3. Would like more Shade Stalkers, but I don't. I'm not really looking to trade out like our 1-cost cards. The things we're looking to trade out are Messenger Sigil, Guiding Touch. Spring Guardian is fine to get rid of, and that's really it. Otherwise, we're just upgrading, and certainly Spring Guardian is a little weaker than Crescent Guardian. So I think that's fine. Round 5. Okay. By Twisted Fate, sure. So cool. Same thing. Let's hang on to this Diana and look for some cheapers. It's not fallen. The 1-drops just don't want to be a part of it. We're saving our high rolls for later. There we go.
Bounty board.
No combat with that. Cool. I think we're probably pretty cool to just go ahead and pick this off with Diana as well.
Temperamental as moonlight.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is the light I cherish, Moon Sister. It's our time!
I will be heard!
No mystic shots. It's always good to see. Alright. We'll probably just have to bank here. One of the awkward phases. Do we ever just bank? Do we just want to open into this now? Hit for 7? We can Maokai next turn, then if he doesn't open, yeah, sure.
The
Take this 5 hit.
moon awakens the soul.
I like it. I like it. Oh man. Oh man, if he doesn't open on his next turn, we get to have Maokai down and then we drop a shield bearer. Oof. Oof. Okay. We could Pale Cascade through that. I don't think we're in like that big of a hurry. I want to get this Maokai going. I feel like he can't open on us, right? If he does open, we're still good to just block with Dustbringer, but like this is just such a shutdown, right?
Clad in shining sunlight.
Like, what do you want to do now? You got these turds that can't block.
You cannot sway me.
You can play a Might to get in a big chunk of damage, but that doesn't help him from just blowing him out. Stop us from just blowing him out next turn. This is huge.
Arise in our time of need.
Lethal 5, 8, 10, 13, 15 can be. The Zeebs? I don't think we can do it. What can get us with here? Oh, we're going for it.
Our light grows brighter.
It's up for him. He can scrap shot this, but that's really the only way to prevent this big chunk of damage. Sure. Again, the beauty in this kind of thing is he's spending spell mana to get these units going, and so it makes it tougher for him to. Can't Scourge Moonglow is all we can really do. It makes it tougher for him to add to the board. He did get, add Darius here, which can be a problem, but all in all, pretty good. We may not have the health to survive this turn. We may be dead here. Guiding Touch seems better than may initially appear. Does that hit everything? I still keep him. We can follow up with a unit. Okay.
Life starts small.
The moon approaches her zenith.
May her silver light enshroud us.
Right. Seems fine.
Hide
You got to take this big Darius blast, but we aren't dead. That's all that matters. that. We'll get the Zeebs in. Then it's gonna just a huge open. I don't think there's any way he can get out of this.
Treasures of the ages for a price.
Alrighty. That's one of my big problems with the Reckless Trifarian. Just a lot of times when he just can't interact, and you'd rather just have like vanilla 3/3 as opposed to the additional stats that can't block. Cool. Let's get ourselves ready for that final battle. Here's one of the cards we're looking to get rid of. This is great. Doom Beast is a unit that we're super happy to be picking up. These, I don't feel like any of this is really necessary. I don't want to get rid of our ones. Fading Memories, I don't know. It may be an upgrade to Guiding Touch. I don't think it is. And Constructed, it certainly is. I don't think we really have the tools. And I mean, we have picked up 4 Crescent Guardians and have 2 dogs, I think. So I mean, we kind of have the tools, but I don't think I can pull the trigger on that. And I want to keep our interaction in the Caretaker, so let's skip this one. I don't want Thresh. Got to keep our 1-drops, and certainly don't want Sunblessed Vigor. Skip that. Wants me to trade away all our 1-drops. We're just not doing it. We don't need any of these. Gotta keep our 1 Sunburst. Ravoon is kind of interesting. I think Scuttlegeist plays better to our theme than he's going to, though. And I want to keep our Elusive Zeebles. So let's skip that one. Oh, Unspeakable Horror is a reasonable pickup for Guiding Touch. I think we can do this. Alright. We're ready for it. Alright, attempt. This is attempt number 2 at the 50th 7-winner. I can't remember. The last one was a 3-win run. I think the previous one was either a 6 or a 7. I can't remember if it was like a 6 or if it was the 7 that got us to 49. Can't remember. Life has too many things to remember. Runeterra. I would think it's just 1 Tarek. I'm just curious which one of these you would pivot to 2 of. Interesting. Alright, well, we gotta find some 1s and 2s. Much better.
Night flowers upon my blade. Lunari,
Get him.
rise.
Off to the races. See what kind of trouble Fiora brings to us. This is how I've played a lot of Nightfall and Constructed as well. This is how like a lot of the games will turn out, where you don't actually play anything on 2, and then you follow up on 3 with like Pale Cascade mana, and then like Shield Bearer Onlooker. It's very common to do. It's a little awkward here in that we don't have a Pale Cascade. I think that's fine. We can just take this 2-hit here. And we'll have a bigger turn next turn. And maybe we do draw it, who knows?
Clad in shining sunlight.
I'm not quite willing to spend my spell mana on this. I think it's a good thing to just bank up for the moment. Oh man, he's playing all the cards. He's making super unit over here. Okay. Sure. I wonder if he just like has no units and needed to cycle or something. I was not expecting that amount of cards to be dropped onto the Stomper there. Okay.
You cannot hold us down.
Better with this one. If we get a spell out of this, I'm completely happy with that. Sure.
will be free.
And we're in a good spot to drop Diana next turn. Glad to see the goat come down because this thing actually has 6 health. There's all these stupid healing cards that you can heal this up with, and so I'm not like super jazzed about just running Diana into that. Let's see if we get any baits here.
Dusk approaches.
I'd say Diana survives never. This is not a combat Diana's meant to survive. But again, I mean, if he wants to keep just playing spells to, you know, trade, use a handful of spells to take down one unit, and I'm able to keep going wider than him, then this is just fantastic for us.
Burn away doubt.
I will be heard.
Sure. Let's see how low he taps down. Okay, so we're going to have to Unspeakable Horror. That'll make her a 5 attack, which is good for a 2 health hit. How greedy are we going to get here? Really suspect that he didn't actually block anything with Startled Stomper. Oh, we're repping lethal. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize it was that close. That's so weird he didn't block. He's got a guiding light as his face now. Strafing strike. Okay, that's suspect. Like he could have put his unit over here and prevented 3 and then strafing struck down another one. I'm not quite sure what Guy's logic was there, but this looks pretty fantastic for us. Okay. Pretty sure that'll do it. First sunburst of the run. Nice. Yay, number 50. Number 50, go us. I don't... I do search around for like what other people are doing with expeditions, and it's pretty limited the amount of content out there, and I'm pretty sure our 57 win trials is just more trials than anyone else has put out there. So go us for that little bit of little bit of humble brags and self promotion there. But let's see if we can get this pulled up. So yeah, I felt like this is a pretty standard Diana deck. We successfully called out the problems you run into. Diana's very good at one thing. That's having a really good cheap early curve, and then having Pale Cascade. That's the extent of what Diana does. So we were pretty happy to get her paired up with Maokai here. With those the spell choice or the unit and spell choices we have out of Maokai, there is access to some of the 1-drops like dogs. Some of the I don't think Dog lived there, but who's he called? Doombeast lives there. Like Doombeast is in Maokai, Blighted Caretaker, the Neverglade Collector. We didn't take her there. There's a lot of good choices that we can pick up with Maokai, and Maokai himself was actually pretty good this run. We have no trouble just keeping our board full, and so always having a cheap unit to throw down to pick up this extra sapling was pretty powerful. But yeah, with Diana, her early game, great. Her mid game, non-existent. Her late game, non-existent. Her interaction, non-existent. And so, Maokai is able to fill in some of those gaps while also being a Shadow Isles champion. And so, great champion to pick up here. And so then, if you're drafting this for yourself, the big thing I recommend you look to do, you just want 1 Sunburst. If you have 2, I won't fault you, but you're really only looking for 1. We do have these problems to where if we can't actually sit around and just play all of our cards every turn, then our opponent gets the chance to get ahead. We really have to take advantage of our mana advantage before our opponent can stall out the board. And so drawing 2 Sunbursts can be actually really painful because it's really hard to find a turn to where we want to play this. Most of the time, it's like how we saw in that game 7 there, where we have a full board. Opponent plays Big Dude when we just Sunburst Big Dude and reopen. That's what typically happens with Sunburst. But with top end, you just want very, very little bit. I was extremely happy with this top end here. The Zeebles, the Eclipse Dragon, 1 Scuttlegeist, 2 Lunari Priestess. Excellent set of top end. Like everything here was just looking pretty, pretty good. The only thing I wish we had was like we'd be happy with more dogs. We'd be happy with more Solari soldiers. If we had to fill in with some other like gem makers, that would be great. Here there's really just like small upgrades we can make to these units, and nothing at like a grand or global scale that we need to change to make this deck good. Very good deck here. Real happy with how this came together. And so yeah, if you're drafting Diana on your own, remember just keep your curve super low. Try to pick up your 1 Sunburst. You don't really only want 3 or 4 expensive cards. We want them to be Neverglade Collector, but if you can't find him, these other things can fill in nicely. And then just be aggressive. Get that damage in there and go face. Not a bad little run. So we got some rewards here to click on, and then we'll call it a day. Good old Mentor of the Stones. Was it this run or the last one where we hit this random Mentor of the Stones and did some crushing with it? Just go hard. I think Go Hard is the worst one of these in Expedition. They put all of these KDA cards into Expedition, and this one's just the worst. If it's good and constructed, maybe. It seems like something that's bad and constructed as well. But, for something you're trying to cast 3 copies of to just have 1 in your deck, it's too hard to get this moving in Expedition. I guess if you're paired up with like Piltover, you can try to counterfeit copies Go Hard or something. It sounds a little thin, but something that you could try to do. Okay, is that a card back? Even know. You get 57 win Expedition runs, but don't know what these things are. That's all right. But I think that's going to do it for today. Hope you all enjoyed the run, learned a little something, and had a good time. This is Free to Play Bust, and we thank you for being here.